Good morning, everybody. It's Justice for Comics. It is Saturday morning. Didn't get the opportunity yesterday to do my Friday video. Usually I do the Hot 10 list from CBSI. So I got some time here early this morning on Saturday and figured I'd do it at that time. And yeah, sorry in the background, I've got a big puzzle that the family's working on. So don't exactly have the best setup here, but let's jump into it here. There's a lot of good stuff on the top 10 list. Not a big week for movement, but there's a few things worth mentioning. So let's jump into the top 10 list, starting with number 10. A big book that I don't know anyone that owns one, probably in very few hands, is Marvel Comics #1. What you got to go back to? When did that come out? 1940? Oh, a long time ago. You know, obviously a classic book. One of the top. I would say it's in the top 5 most expensive comic books of all time for sure. Up there with some big DC books, but definitely one of the most expensive Marvel comics. Trying to think what else would rival it as far as Marvel. Maybe Captain America #1 from the Golden Age, right? It's probably a pretty big book. This one sold for $1.3 million, so although it was a 9.4 copy, probably I think it was billed as the highest graded copy. 9.4, that's an amazing grade for a book that's from the 30s and 40s. I should know the date. I think it was 1940. I think it was right before. Was it right before I think it became Timely Comics, or was Timely Comics at the time. I'm not too sure. I know there's a history on it. I should know it. I'm sorry I don't. Number 9 on the list, Glow versus Babyface #1. This is the Christine Noted 1 in 10 cover. Yeah, it's a cool cover. I like Christine Nodet's art. I definitely think it's a strange book from IDW. It's normally wouldn't be a book I would pick up. I know there's a TV show based on it, but yeah, it's hitting $20. I think I checked eBay. I think it's going for a little bit more than that. Let's see. Yeah, $23 is one. There's only one copy for sale on eBay. So, oh no, there's more. Yeah, around $25. Yeah, $23 to $24 seems to be the. And there's several copies, so it's not that hard. All right. So that is number 9 on the list. Number 8, Shazam #25. First appearance of Isis, or first modern appearance. I think it's first appearance of Isis. Yeah. So character that's probably going to be in the Black Adam movie potentially. So there's some spec on that book. Don't know. Probably fairly hard to get in high grade. It's a 1976 book, so it's not super old, but old enough, right? From the 70s. So you might find a nice copy, $50 depending, if that's something that you want to go after. Probably would have made a lot more sense to go after these books prior to any movie announcement. I probably could have got them cheaper, but nothing I'm going after. But yeah, that may be of interest to you. Number 7 on the list is Superman #17, the Adam Hughes variant. Luckily, I pre-ordered this book. I didn't have to run to the comic book shop trying to grab a copy. I don't remember what the announcement was in it. I think a couple people's reviews online said that there's really nothing significant that happens in the book, and they were perplexed as to why the price is where it is. I looked on eBay. Yeah, it's around $8 to $10, so it's definitely more than cover price, but it's a cool cover. I like the Adam Hughes variant. I've not been really into most of the Adam Hughes covers for Superman. I've not cared for. This is one of the few that I do, and I think the reason for it is the reason I like it is because he actually draws a woman on the cover decently. So he's got a nice drawing of Wonder Woman there. But most of the covers have not done anything. So apparently I'm in the majority on that opinion that I don't think Adam Hughes' best work has been on Superman. I think he definitely needs to step up his game a little bit. Number 6 is Coyote. Coyote? I think in the old days it was pronounced Coyote. I don't know how it went to Coyote. I think the E is supposed to be silent. Number 13, this is the first cover artwork by McFarlane. Raws are selling, at least there was one that sold for $135. Normally, this would be like a $30 to $40 book right now. A week ago, it was around $10 to $15. Yeah, it's sort of a obscure, there's no reason to collect this book other than because McFarlane drew the cover. Long term, I don't think that has a lot of staying power, but do what you want. I wouldn't buy that, but that's my opinion. Number 5, Usagi Yojimbo. I don't know how to pronounce that. Number 6, I've never been a collector of Usagi Yojimbo, but I do like this cover. It is pretty cool by Jeff Darrow. It's a 1 in 25, which is probably pretty rare. I would imagine most comic book shops would not go heavy on ordering. Maybe number 1 they would. But issue number 6, ordering 25 copies to get one of these. So this book is probably a ghost. And sure enough, when you go on eBay, I don't see any listed. So if you have that in your collection, congratulations. That book could be worth a lot more than even CBSI is saying. CBSI is saying it's around $45. Well, I guess that's if you can find one for sale. So price is relative due to scarcity. So I would think if someone put one on eBay right now for $100, they might be able to get it because it would be the only one. So you know how when these lists come out, people look at a comic book and go, man, I got to own that. I got to buy that. And then they see a listing on eBay and boom, the FOMO, the fear of missing out, kicks in. But it is a nice cover. I do like that cover. I've not really been a fan of most of the Usagi. There's nothing there that's really interesting. Yeah, it's a samurai bunny. I mean, I get it. It sounds interesting a little bit, but I do like that cover, so I can see why that's a hot book. Number 4 on the list, JSA All Stars number 4. Nobody was collecting this book back in the day. No one collected JSA. In fact, I remember going to the comic book shop and picking up those JSA Alex Ross covers, and nobody was buying them. I was like the only one buying them. I just bought them because the covers were so awesome. But yeah, there was nothing really going on in those books significantly. Here, it's the first appearance of Stargirl, Courtney Whitmore as Stargirl. And apparently that character will be appearing on the CW as well as the DC streaming service. So yeah, the book's on the move. It's selling around $15 to $20. And if you go on eBay right now, it's about right. $15 to $25. Right in that range. That might be one, yeah, you might be able to find it at your LCS in a back issue bin. That was probably a book that most people did not care to buy for many reasons. Number 3 on the list is Renfield, number 1. I guess this got picked up by Universal Studios. It's a small published book. Cover price, now it's up to around $10 to $15. Yeah, I don't really see too many on eBay. Probably a very low print run, I would think. There's trade paperbacks available of that story, but I don't see... Maybe this one. There's a 1-3 comic lot. I don't know. Very interesting. Kind of a Dracula type story, it looks like. Yeah, but really none for sale on eBay. I don't see any. So I don't know. I've never even heard of that book, so I don't imagine finding it would be easy, since there isn't any on eBay for sale. So I don't know. Maybe keep that on your radar if you think a trailer drops on that could be something that moves the book even further. You know, a couple weeks from now, when people forget about this list, you might be able to find one on eBay listed. Who knows? Number 2 on the list is Heartbeat number 1, the Merca and Dalfo 1 per store zombie variant, selling around $25 to $30. Midtown wanted $85 for it, so as far as I know, I think it might still be for sale on eBay. I think Midtown still has the B cover, which is kind of the same cover, just not zombified, and with a black cover. I do like this Snow White cover. I've seen this before. The Snow White Zombie Apocalypse one-shot. Carla Cohen, she's pretty good. That's a pretty cool image of Snow White, a little scary, holding the apple. It'd be cooler if they had her holding a heart, holding someone's heart with the blood dripping down. I mean, I just thought of that in 2 seconds. How come the artist didn't think of that? I don't know. I'm a genius. What can I say? All right, what else? I think that was it. There's none for sale of that variant on eBay. So maybe that book's worth more. I don't know. Whatever was on eBay seems to be gone now, so that could be a pretty hard book to find, perhaps. Number 1 on the list is Conan the Barbarian, number 14. I'm glad to see this on the list. I bought that book probably a year ago. There was some news about it potentially being developed or being optioned for something, and Jim's Comics was on that early, so I'll give all credit to him. He texted me saying, hey, you need to try to pick up this book. So I went on eBay, and I did find a nice copy for sale. So I've got my Conan the Barbarian number 14. Not only that, but this is a really, really high-grade copy. I would say it's a 9.4 or better. I mean, there's no spine ticks, maybe a little. I mean, this edge is really nice. This edge is super nice. Top is perfect. Maybe one little dent there. Slightly breaking color, so maybe one little tiny dent on the cover or on the spine. Other than that, it's really, really in high grade. So, yeah, I've got a really high grade copy. So, right now, mid grades are selling around $50 to $60. So, you know, if I were looking to sell this book, which I'm not, of course, I would be looking for probably $100 plus for this grade. Yeah, first appearance. Now, this is the first appearance in comic book format. There is also an early appearance of Elric in a magazine-sized book, which I have coming to me next week in the mail. So I'll do a video highlighting that. I'll do another video highlighting Elric, because I also did pick up some really, really nice-looking... oh, by the way, here's number 15, which is the second appearance of Elric. So that's another good one to get. And this one's kind of hard to get in high grade as well. So I'd imagine this book could be moving at some point. I don't think the prices on this have jumped dramatically yet. But this has, you know, this has a black cover. Again, Barry Windsor Smith art. So there's a lot of good reasons to own this. I love a lot of these early Conan books. And this one's in a high grade too. I found, if you really dig, you can find some nice copies. This one, it took me a couple weeks to get a high grade on this one, but this one's probably 9.6. There is not a damn thing really wrong with this book, so I would easily say this is a 9.6. So nice high grade copies of first and second appearance of Elric. I did also pick up this week. I don't have all of them yet. I have a few more coming in the mail, but check it out, guys, if you have time. There is a series by Boom Studios called Elric, Balance Lost, and it's basically a story, goes more into the character, and I think he's in the modern day, and this is an old character, by the way. Moorcock is the original creator of Elric, which, by the way, looks exactly like Null. So, Donny Cates, we all know that you stole your Null character from Elric. There is no question about it. I'll show you a cover. I mean, look, that's Null. If that isn't Null, I don't know what is. I mean, that is with the sword and everything, right? The Cates introduces Null, looks just like Elric, white, long hair, skinny, tall, badass. And, of course, Cates also introduces the Necro Sword, which is basically Null's sword. Well, I mean, come on, this is Elric. I mean, that's the only thing you're changing is you're adding a symbiote to the character. So I dare anyone to deny that Null is not Elric, because it totally is. But these are Matina Virgin covers that came out from back in 2011, 2012. It was a 12-issue series. So I've got that's number 1. Now these are like 1 in 10, 1 in 20 incentive covers. So when I tell you they're rare, I'm telling you it might take you months and months to get copies of this on eBay, if you're lucky. And you're only going to find them on eBay. You won't find them in any online store. You won't find them in local comic book shops. No, forget it. You'll never find these in a local comic book shop. It'll never happen. But number 1, number 2, again, these are all Matina covers. I got number 4, so I'm missing number 3. I'm trying to track down a high-grade copy. There's only one copy for sale right now on eBay, and it's got spine ticks all over that damn thing. So I'm looking for one that's in high grade, so it may take me some time. But there's number 4. Really cool looking Matina cover again. This is, I believe, number 6, which is probably, this is one of my favorites. This is probably my favorite cover. There's like 2 or 3 that are really, really nice. This is one of them. Another really hard one to find. I only found one of these for sale recently. A guy had multiple copies. I made him an offer for all of them, and he took them. So I got a really good deal on this. This is, again, another Virgin cover by Matina. Super rare, super hard to find. Anybody who's looking to collect these, good luck. Believe me, it was challenging. Number 8. So I'm missing number 7. I got to track that down eventually. But this is number 8, which is, again, I've only seen one copy of this go for sale in the last 6 months, and I grabbed it. And that was the first time I'd seen one for sale. So I don't know how many of these there are out there. I'm going to say less than 100 of these, maybe less than 50. That's how rare they are, guys. Boom Studios back in 2011, 2012 did very little publishing. Their print runs were very, very low. Most of the print runs were under 1,000 books. So if this was a 1 in 10, 1 in 20, yeah, you're talking super low print run. Less than 100 of these for sure. So there's the number 8. And then I'm missing number 9. I've got 9 coming in the mail, actually. So 9 and 5 I have coming in the mail. I'm missing 3, 7, and 11. There's number 10, which I think that's one of the best ones. Number 10 is awesome. I mean, come on, that is null. You're telling me that's not null? It totally is. Nice virgin cover. Again, beautiful Matina cover. And then really nice, I know there's some glare here in the video, but that is number 12, which is very difficult to find. Last issue of a series is difficult to find usually anyways. Print run on this is, God, man, it's got to be super, super low. Yeah, so that's my big treasure find. It was my birthday this past week, so that was sort of my birthday gift to myself, was buying these Elric books that I've been having my eye on for a long, long time. And sometimes timing is everything, because I'm telling you, I would go months and months of looking for those on eBay, and I have them on my saved list, and there'd be one or two for sale, virgin Matina covers, and there'd be spine ticks all up and down the spine. And they definitely were mid or low grade. So to find these, not only to find them for any price, let alone, you know, what I paid for them, and to find them in beautiful, and they're like 9.6, 9.8 condition, every one of them. So I feel very, very fortunate I was able to find those. And, you know, there's no one talking about these books. They're sort of only known in rare comic book circles, people that collect kind of rare books. They know about them. But, you know, you can still find them. You just have to look and hunt. And I challenge anyone, you know, if you want a great-looking book, awesome covers by Matina. Long term, I think there's some great value to buying these. I still need to get three issues to complete the whole run, but man, that would be one of my dreams, is to have that complete 12-issue run, all virgin Matina covers. Wow, that would be worth some money for sure. All right, guys, that's my video. I know I went a little crazy on Elric there. So again, I'm a big fan of Elric. Very happy to see that there's heat on this book and that it makes the #1 list. Just a cool looking book. If you can find a nice grade copy, I highly recommend you get one for a couple reasons. First appearance of Elric, early Conan issue, which I think Conan books over time are going to always have a lot of value to them. And you've got Barry Windsor Smith doing artwork. Yeah, I don't think you can beat that combination. All right, guys, that's my Hot 10 list from CBSI this week. I'll be doing another video tomorrow morning on the cover price top 20 list. The list is out. I just don't want to do 2 videos in one day. I'd rather space it out. So look for that video tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.